And we're back with more with Charles S. Dutton. You were quoted as saying, "I used to be a hardcore, hard-hearted guy. Once you make the decision to change, all kinds of things happen." Tell me, where did that come from?
As I spoke tonight, I didn't enter this industry like the average person does. I spent 12 years in and out of prisons, and I discovered my ability, my talent, my calling in prison, and so I came from a family of male hell raisers, my dad, my uncles, and just like any kid, you follow your images that are there.
Sure.
And when I say the hard-hearted part, I don't mean in the sense of ruthlessness or viciousness or anything like that. I just mean it in a sense where I never started fights, but I would finish them. And sometime in the finishing, it could seem pretty rough. But after telling someone, you don't want to play around with me. And if they did, then sometimes things would be rough. However, to look at me now, you wouldn't think that was the case. But I was the same way I am now. Back then, I was the same way.
So was all this sort of the inspiration for your conversations and your one-man show?
Oh yeah, the one-man show is simply in the simplest way I could describe it. It's a narrative, a self-effacing narrative of my life story, interspersed with a medley of scenes from all the great playwrights that I performed. So it's a collage of those scenes, and it's an informative evening, an entertaining evening, and I think a rather inspiring evening to folks who feel they don't have any way out, and folks who are just getting out of prison. And the main message I try to send the guys: just being released and having a tough time, not being able to get a job, not being able to vote, being frustrated, want to put a gun back in their hand and go back to prison. The first thing I tell them: if things are going bad for you, volunteer your person and your time to some organization. Just volunteer, whether it's in a church, whether it's in an organization, volunteer your time. Because if you're serious, that negative karma will then drop.
Right.
And you'll get a positive one, and somebody will see that. It might not be the first day, but somebody will see that and say, son, or sir, or mister, I want to help you out. I want to give you a job. What do you do? What do you best do? But if you stay tight and negative and always want to settle things with these or whatever.
Well, and it's so self-absorbing, so giving back is a great way to really sort of step outside yourself.
Absolutely.
So what's next for you?
I don't know. I don't make any plans,
Is there anything coming down the pike at the moment?
I'm developing a few things. I'm developing a 6-hour miniseries on the life of Louis Armstrong. I'm developing a kind of a Twilight Zone, Alfred Hitchcock hour thing for BET. And, I usually turn down more stuff than I do, but if I like a project and I'll do it. And I do want to get back in the stage, though. I plan to, hopefully this year, to go back in the theater and do a play.
Well, your audience will definitely benefit from your gifts and watching you on the stage, and it's been such a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you, Megan. Thank you
for having us, and congrats to you on your Lifetime Achievement Award.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And my staff, a beautiful staff there.
And that's all for us here today at the Pan-African Film Festival. Thank you for watching.
Great job, Megan. Great job. Great job. Good. Great. You did. That's a cut.